Hello and welcome to Esperanza Sanctuary. This is our animal welfare sustainability policy. So we are committed to upholding the highest standards of animal welfare through ecological sustainability for all species in our care. And this policy outlines the core practices used in the care of domestic turkeys residing in our desert farm sanctuary and are rooted in both scientific research and compassionate husbandry. So to start, at Esperanza Sanctuary, turkeys are provided with a nutritionally complete poultry pellet diet, supplemented by fermented grains, seeds, and herbs like rosemary, oregano, thyme, and sage. Fermenting feed overnight supports gut health, improves nutrient bioavailability, and helps birds stay hydrated in our desert climate. To ensure that we avoid negative energy balance, we monitor our dry matter intake relative to the bird's body weight. Our target goal is about 5 to 6% of body weight daily in feeding. We do adjust portions seasonally based on each bird's body condition score. This helps to prevent obesity in some of our meat birds and undernourishment, especially important for animals who have suffered from extreme neglect. Our turkeys have access to water through three types of delivery systems: a shallow pool for drinking and cooling, a large shaded tub, and an automatic hanging waterer. This setup supports hydration, thermoregulation, and natural foot soaking behaviors. All water stations are cleaned daily, and we know the exact volume of each. We account for evaporation and monitor overall water consumption to ensure that each bird is getting the estimated 500 to 700 milliliters of water daily, which is adjusted for heat and feed type. We also supplement water with electrolytes and probiotics during extreme weather or illness and recovery. To support species-specific behavior, we avoid restrictive feeding methods. Instead, we use open troughs and scatter feeding to encourage foraging, pecking, and exploration. Enrichment includes visual items, shaded structures, logs, hanging greens, all to reduce boredom and stress. Fermented feed mimics the moist, rich foraging textures that turkeys would seek in the wild, while the herbal additions that we provide anecdotally anti-parasitic properties and anti-inflammatory properties. They also taste good and they tend to like them. This feeding system aligns with our goals of behavioral health, digestive support, and ecological integration. We do grow the herbs that we provide. A strong nutritional foundation is key to disease prevention. We offer choice-based access to grit, oyster shell, and supplement water with poultry cell and rooster booster vitamin electrolyte probiotic blends. These support calcium balance, immune function, and digestion. Our food is stored securely to prevent rodent access and mycotoxin risk. We also add cinnamon to our feed. Our fermented feed practice helps promote a stable gut microbiome, further enhancing disease resistance. We consider emotional and social needs just as critical as physical ones. Turkeys live in stable social groups with visual barriers and enrichment to reduce conflict. We monitor for signs of frustration, feather pecking, and stress-based behaviors. Feeding routines are consistent and include gentle interaction from caregivers to reinforce positive associations. Abnormal repetitive behaviors like excessive head bobbing or pacing are addressed through enrichment changes, habitat modification, diet review, and veterinary care. We believe in minimizing frustration and maximizing agency, and that improves overall welfare. We use a combination of animal-based, resource-based monitoring, so body condition scores, crop fill checks, feather and cloacal health, and behavioral observations as well, and they are all logged. Resource checks includes water quality, shade access, cleanliness of feeding areas, and roost space. To prevent disease, we use quarantine for new or returning animals and disinfect shared tools between groups. Parasite monitoring and fecal exams are done periodically, and we do consult with our veterinarians to make case-specific health plans. We avoid painful husbandry practices unless medically necessary. Beak trimming is not practiced. When a procedure must be done, like wound treatment or emergency care, we use pain relief, local anesthetics, and low-stress handling methods. Training for voluntary care using positive reinforcement helps to avoid restraint altogether in many cases. We also have our freedom from injury, which is actually back slide, which is reducing our risk for injury through proper roost design, stable fencing, safe substrate, and predator prevention. All birds are given access to shade and dusting areas to reduce overheating and parasites, and ramps are used for any elevated areas. We ensure that housing layouts allow for escape routes during disputes and minimize aggression encounters by limiting overcrowding and observing compatibility within the flocks. Our handling philosophy is grounded in low stress, consent based interaction. Caregivers are trained in fear free techniques, and routine care is performed in familiar environments with familiar people. We avoid chasing, cornering, or sudden restraint. And when any handling is necessary, we will use towels, calm voices, pool noodles, and we will work together to minimize the duration and the intensity. Our goal is to maintain trust, not have backsliding, reduce stress, which reduces cortisol spikes, and allow animals to feel safe and understood. We employ regenerative and sustainable practices to minimize our environmental footprint. Turkey manure is composted and used to improve soil health across the sanctuary's garden and forage plots, in line with AB 551 and SB 1383 organic waste diversion goals. All feed waste is incorporated into on site composting systems. Feed is sourced locally as possible, as water usage is optimized throughout shade mulch and targeted irrigation. It reflects our mission to center both animal and human welfare. The turkeys under our care are provided with not just the five freedoms, but the opportunity to thrive in a compassionate, enriched environment that recognizes them as sentient beings with complex needs. Thank you for your time.